What is going on, everybody? You're here yet again for Chapel's Concert Chronicles. Lady Chapel and I are here in Greensboro. It's March 4th, and we're here at the Blind Tiger to see the almighty Dark Tranquility. Now, Dark Tranquility's been around for a long time, long before I even knew Lady Chapel. And I liked the band because I was really into the Gothenburg melodic death metal scene, you know, from back in the day. And then I introduced them to her, and now she likes them way more than I do.
I'm sort of obsessed.
Oh, yeah. But I love these guys. Can't wait to see them live. We've seen them live before, and but hopefully this is a nice little intimate setting here. And also with them is a band a death metal band who's been around and needs no real introduction, Kataklysm. Oh my God. I've never seen Kataklysm live, but I remember them from when they put out Shadows and Dust back in the early 2000s. And I've been kind of a fan. I'm not a hardcore fan, but every time they put out something, I'm like, yeah, you know, they're always going to crush, and I always hear they kill live, so I'm definitely ready to see Kataklysm.
We'll find out.
And the opening band, I have never seen live, and Lady Chapel had really played me some of their stuff recently, and that's Nailed to Obscurity. They're opening up the joint tonight, so unless there's an opening band they hadn't said anything about, sometimes that happens. Maybe a local band will open up and get everybody warmed up, but I'm hoping for a pretty good night. Good night.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be dark. It's going to be heavy. And it's going to be right up our alley.
That's right.
So let's get inside the Blind Tiger and check everything out.
monochromatic stains.
epic show that was tonight. Holy shit. Well, first of all, the opening band, Nailed to Obscurity. Not bad live. They had a really good sound compared to what I heard that Lady Chapel had played me off of Spotify, because I didn't really know them. But they apparently they've been around for a while. I don't know how I've not stumbled over this band before, but they were pretty decent, especially for being the opening band, setting the tone. Because I could see them on tour with Dark Tranquility. Like, I understand why people who listen to Dark Tranquility might listen to them. They have a little bit of a Swallow the Sun, Opeth, but not as progressive as either one of those bands. I'm not saying they're dumb. I'm just saying they're really atmospheric in the way that they play, and their vocalist is versatile. I was really having a hard time hearing the lower, like, clean vocals. But other than that, his harsh vocal and the range was really well. I had made the joke when Lady Chapel played them for me. I was like, it sounds like Morrissey and Mikael Ackerfeldt, were singing together in a band. That's how it sounded on the album compared to live. It didn't sound like that live, I don't think. I think I could really tell his distinct sound, but something about the recording, when I first heard it, I was like, he's definitely influenced by some of these vocalists. But they really set the tone. And then Kataklysm, legends, by now. It's a 20-year death metal band. So by now they're doing pretty decent. Sounded great. Heavy as always. I felt the set was a little short. Maybe I was wrong, but it felt like it didn't last long. And I didn't hear Shadows and Dust. And I know I was talking to some people too, so, I got caught up with some fans and stuff, and they knew pro wrestling, and me, I'm a pro wrestling guy, Not that I've had probably hundreds of matches in pro wrestling, but besides that, Kataklysm was great, sounded great, heavy as hell, as always, and didn't disappoint, But it's just odd to throw a straight death metal band in between these bands, because, Nailed to Obscurity kind of sounds like they would go with more progressive death, I'm trying to think of the actual term, like a melodic death metal band, not progressive. Melodic death metal band like Dark Tranquility. And Kataklysm was just like, fuck you, since they're in the middle. They're just like, we're just straight death metal, and we're just going to, beat the shit out of you for, like 45 minutes. And then Dark Tranquility come on, and, Lady Chapel was swooning probably about the whole time. But, it is what it is. Yeah, you hear her laughing. Oh. She knows it's true. I've seen her.
It's true.
She really loves that band. And even though this was kind of an early birthday present for me, it was more for her because of Dark Tranquility. But I dig Dark Tranquility. I have since I heard Lost to Apathy many years ago, early 2000s. And I wasn't a fan of them before that, but I listened to stuff afterwards. And so I've always been a fan. Introduced them to her, and then she just took it and ran with it, and absolutely loves them. And they didn't disappoint. They sounded great. Everything sounded good. My only gripe was that the keyboards, now it might sound different off the recording, but live, it was really hard to hear the keyboards. I knew the keyboard parts, so I knew where they were supposed to be. And it's not that I couldn't hear them. It just, they were really muffled in the, it's just the club. It was a very intimate club, for one. The Blind Tiger is a very intimate setting. As soon as you get in, it's like, boom, there's the stage. It's a bar, stage, and there's bathrooms on each side of the stage. And it's very small. It's like, makes me think of like early Ziggy's, except not levels. There's like 3 levels at Ziggy's or 4 levels. But it was small and intimate, and no matter who you saw there, you felt like you could see the band. And that was how it was there, even though we were very close. And it was nice to hear a good mix of their old stuff and their new stuff. And I don't know, it was fun. It was a great night. It was nice to. It's still nice to kind of go to shows. You know, we've been so long without shows because of COVID, and now kind of getting back in the swing of things a little bit. You know, feeling a lot more normal than we ever have. I mean, it's still not normal by any means, but right now it's the closest to normal I've felt going to a show in a very long time. So, but kudos to all those bands. Everyone did great tonight. The crowd was small but intimate, but very. I mean, when Dark Tranquility come on, oh my God, the crowd was very much into their stuff. So that was very much a Dark Tranquility crowd. Which is odd in North Carolina. You know, who knew? You know, this band from Sweden, or, you know, from Gothenburg, Sweden, you know, really touching lives of all of us rednecks over here in North Carolina. But anyways, I want everyone right now, as soon as you're done listening to this, go out there, find you some good music.